Our life is full of strange and interesting phenomena, situations, and events. Some of them are easy to explain from a scientific point of view, and others are a real mystery. At the same time, all of them, in one way or another, excite the minds and imagination. In this episode, you will witness the strangest and most mystical moments that were captured on camera.
Do you want to know what awaits you in this video? The brightest and the most interesting moments that we have collected all around the web.
They say that sometimes you can see things that give you the creeps on night trips. For example, this is an unprecedented creature that looks like a pig and a dog at the same time. It may be the result of some scientific experiments, or even a mutant. It should be noted that no one was injured while participating in this performance. The most interesting thing is how the allegedly mortally wounded girl hung in the air. One may wonder how he manages to stand so calmly at the very top of a ladder, but after a few seconds, everything ends as it should. These amazing shots show that the bird that flew up to the camera does not move its wings and hangs in the air. Users online had a lot of questions and theories, and the author of the video explained that it was the frame rate of the camera which perfectly coincided with the flapping of the wings. There is only one explanation that would not contradict common sense. This man knew where the spit was and walked along it. Not only did the bucket with the mop move under the influence of some force, but also something or someone invisible seemed to pull the girl by the hair. In the place of this waitress, many would think about changing jobs. This sight caused a real shock to passers-by because the man hovered in the air between two skyscrapers. One would think he was levitating, however, he got tangled in the cables that held him, as it turned out later. In the lower part of the pelican's beak, there is a leather bag for catching fish, which is able to stretch. It can easily hold up to 13 kilograms of food. Probably the driver decided that this rail vehicle could easily get to its destination on its own. Maybe it's a ghost train moving through the local forests. These frames were taken before dawn. At some point, an unknown, seemingly illuminated object falls on the table and breaks it. Some people believe that this is nothing but a bundle of energy wandering around this house. This terrifying video was captured in California. An American black bear grabbed the piglet with a death grip. The baby struggled and screamed, begging for help. Perhaps it was lucky and managed to survive, but we will never know it. This translucent sea creature fascinates with its smooth movements. It seems that even Spider-Man is not capable of such a thing. The main thing is that the people around them will never try doing something like he did. People from all cultures have been afraid of the undead at all times, and this is why stories about zombies became part of popular culture. The fear of standing in the way of such a walking dead is justified because a creature can be controlled by its creator or obey only its instincts. And hunger is the main element that controls them. As you can guess, there is nothing wrong with eating a human being. Do you also think that these are not just monkeys, but an organized criminal group of professional apartment thieves? This incredible river fish in the Salapat Desert in Pakistan has appeared online and attracted an audience. Even though it is assumed that the water evaporated due to the abnormal temperature, researchers are still looking for a reliable explanation for this phenomenon. In this video, you can witness a sudden lightning strike out of a clear sky. It was captured by a DVR installed in the car. It turns out that this is not a unique case. As you can see, thunderstorms can separate from clouds and fly tens of kilometers before hitting the ground. There are a lot of rumors about this pub because visitors sometimes feel out of place here, sometimes. Maybe this place is shrouded in some kind of mystical history and now ghosts visit it. Otherwise, how can you explain the fact that the glass turned over by itself? Do you also think the behavior of this deer is strange? Moreover, it is not the only representative of its species whose movements have become chaotic. Scientists believe that a rare disease is to blame for this, which leads to the degradation of mental and physical abilities. No one knows exactly where this video was shot. Something amazing and mysterious happened on it. At some point, the dog rose into the air and gradually disappeared. This huge statue among the mountains distracts all drivers from the road because you want to get a better look at it. It's hard to say whether this bear is the fattest in the world, but its size is amazing. It accidentally got on a video shot in the forests of northern Minnesota and immediately caused a lot of discussion. Maybe it's a pregnant female or an American black bear suffering from gigantism. This young man, while having no signs of alcohol or drug intoxication, suddenly began waving his arms and running away from something invisible. At some point, the situation gets even worse when he falls unconscious in a creepy pose. Colleagues saw and ran to help him, but whether they had time to help him and what caused the incident remains a mystery. For some reason, very often the girls in the video with mystical events are dressed in white dresses, although in this case, I would really look at her legs. They do not look like human legs, but rather the legs of an animal. It seems that even the dog is shocked by what it saw. With the onset of cold weather, frozen reservoirs attract daredevils to walk on ice. But if you notice a strange humanoid figure in a deserted area, you should not immediately approach it. Who knows, maybe it's a local Yeti who wants to lure you into a trap.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
This place seems to have appeared from the pages of a book about the magical world. In fact, these are the peaks of mountains covered with clouds in China. Endless pools with no visible boundaries are certainly beautiful, but they also have their drawbacks. Thanks to the school physics curriculum, many people know well how such an effect occurs. The fact is that objects in water or other liquids look distorted due to the peculiarities of light refraction in these media. It should be noted that the dog showed itself perfectly. It did not run to get acquainted with a potential friend and did not get into trouble, but preferred to hide as quickly as possible. Someone might think that this strange worm is a sea cucumber. In fact, it's a representative of marine invertebrates. It's called the Echuria or spoonworm. They are present in the food chain not only of the marine ecosystem, but are also valued in Korea and other Asian countries. What is this reaction and why is it so easy to achieve? What would you do if there was something otherworldly in your house? This man even managed to record some frightening signs on camera. Take a look at these doors that open by themselves, or someone's moving shadow, which is even more horrible. Walking in the forest, you can meet not only animals, but also something mysterious. Some people suggest that the creature in this video is a well-known Bigfoot, while others believe it is some kind of entity from another dimension. At first, everyone thought that something of unearthly origin appeared in the sky. It turned out that this was a flock of birds that moved around the heavenly expanses. What kind of creature has such luminescent abilities? This radiance looks just magical. How did they even dare to get in the car? The only explanation is if the circumstances under which they left were even worse. This squirrel captured on the video freezes after the man handed it the nuts and refuses to move for a relatively long time. Do you think it froze with happiness? Attentive netizens claim that they heard the sounds of predators and fell into a stupor from this. Creatures resembling shadow people can be found in myths and legends of many peoples in the world. Even though researchers are talking about a possible optical illusion, there are opinions that they may be aliens from a parallel universe. Mr. Diver, is that you? Who else can boast of the ability to move so easily both on water and on land? Large fish very often live near structures that weaken the force of the water flow, but to see so many large individuals in one place is a great success. It looks like they found gas deposits in these sands, and while they haven't started mining it here, you can have fun.
Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here.
The car gets stuck in the sand and the wheels can't take it anywhere. For an experienced driver, going on a journey through the endless desert is not the best idea. Hidden cameras in homes are installed mostly for the sake of security. In this case, we are talking about some other type of invasion of private property. Now pay attention to the white shoes that have changed their location. Let it look strange, and it seems that something is wrong with the dog, but it just bit into the branch with its teeth and tries to break it. This man is living proof that a man can do anything. Thanks to him, you can make sure that the construction of the Egyptian pyramids or Stonehenge is the work of man. The spot on this mountain looks like a shadow, but given the absence of clouds, it has a different nature.
Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
The fire extinguishing system is an important part of the security system, so it is necessary to check how well it works from time to time. This is what a hangar filled with foam for quick localization and elimination of fire looks like. Snakes prefer to settle away from people. However, they still turn out to be closer to us than we would like. There are too many animals per square meter in this room. For many, this sight is much scarier than any horror movie. Having come to Vietnam for the first time, one cannot be sure that this is not something absolutely ordinary here. Usually it's easy to find an explanation for such a thing, but what if it really has the ability to levitate? Can it be a visual illusion, or just a trick? The farmer would have had a great future as a military man, but he applied discipline and strict rules in his life's work. Such obedience and order can't be found in anyone else. This man cannot be stopped. The only reason he won't show up for work is his own death. Real lovers of mysteries and riddles, as well as scientists, will definitely be interested in this unprecedented creature. It's not easy to be friends with marine animals, especially when you take into account their habitat. A fire tornado is a rare phenomenon that needs a lot of conditions to appear. When you see such perfect, transparent ice, it is a special pleasure to step on it and hear the crunch. Watching this stone, it becomes clear why rock falls have such destructive power. In order to evaluate a particular modern installation, it is necessary to be familiar with the context, or at least know the name of it. Without all this, it is often difficult to comprehend the important idea that the author has put into his work. This creature looks fragile and defenseless, but most likely, when it gets older, everything will change. Of course, the fact that the bees decided to settle here may not please the owners of the apartment, but there are also advantages. You can observe life in the hive, and even hitting the glass, you can annoy insects while remaining safe. Such an amount of sea foam is a rare phenomenon. It's absolutely safe, except in cases of allergy to algae, which caused its formation. Seeing something like this from a window in the middle of the night, you definitely wouldn't want to sleep anymore. This woman in a white dress came out of the alley to the road and began to cry while clutching something to herself. Probably the eyewitnesses wanted to help, but it was too scary to approach her.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
There are many people who are able to bend their fingers in the other direction, but it's rare for the whole arm to bend like that. Such hypermobility of the joints looks quite disgusting. The root system of such a small plant can be much larger than it seems at first glance. It's good that the author of the video did not dare to get out of the car and hurry such a patient snake. According to various estimates, up to 6% of the world's population suffers from arachnophobia, but even those who belong to the remaining 94% would not feel comfortable seeing these creatures. And they will definitely remember this video the next time they eat pastries. Seeing this in your house, it immediately becomes clear why the rent was that low.
Even though our episode is almost over, we would like to cheer you up and let you know that a new one will be released soon. Don't forget to click the bell so as to not miss it.